of, at this time of 111, we are reminded of the all, that all is God, all is divine, all is divinely ordered. We are divine. All that happens in our life is divine. All that we have challenges with is divine. All that we soar through is divine. All that we give thanks for is divine. Let us always be reminded that we are divine, that all is divine. Whenever we think of divinity, may we think of us. Ashe. We give thanks for this moment. We give thanks for this platform. We give thanks for the ability to be able to reach each other from so far. We give thanks for the connectivity between us all. May this time together be fruitful for us. May the words that are spoken, the reflections that are had during this time, may it stir up the soul and clear out and purify anything that's causing doubt, fear, shame, worry, any error thoughts. May they dissipate during this time. May this time also be a time for us to lighten our hearts and be reminded of the Almighty, be reminded of truth, be reminded of grace, be reminded of the reality of God. May our effort to expand our consciousness be met. May we expand our consciousness towards God and grace and divinity. We give thanks for all that is occurring in our lives, that have occurred in our lives, and that will occur in our lives. We give thanks for our destiny. We give thanks for our personal power. We give thanks for our ashe. We give thanks for our journey. May we always be able to see the beauty in it. May we always be able to see and feel the beauty in it. We speak that we are worthy vessels of all of the blessings of our Creator. We speak that we will continue to develop and evolve and ascend so that we can remain worthy vessels of all of the blessings of our Creator. We give thanks. Ashe, ashe, asheo, amen, amen. I can't really tell, but if there is anyone who is new to the call, welcome, welcome. The chat room is open. If you'd like to use the chat room, please do so. I will pay attention a little bit, but I want us all to stay focused during this call, during this short time together, so that we can center our minds upon why we are here. Everyone who tuned in today was inspired to tune in for some reason or another. And I pray that you know that you will gain that which you prayed for when you tuned in. And I know that that is true. I know that I receive that that is true. The purpose of this meditation session, and pretty much all meditation sessions that I host, is to expand the consciousness towards God, towards divinity, towards grace, towards abundance, towards acceptance, divine love. Another purpose of this meditation is to remind ourselves of divine and absolute truth. And the truth is, all is God. All is God. All is always divinely ordered. All is always working out on our behalf, no matter what it looks like, what it sounds like. We can gain this grace by accepting it as truth and submitting to it. And lastly, our purpose in this meditation is to be transformed in heart, soul, and body by the renewing of our minds. May this be so as we engage in this meditation session for this morning or this afternoon. I want to remind us that when we think of truth, you know, in this society, in this day and age, we hear all the time, well, that's my truth, and that's her truth, and that's your truth. But there are certain things that are, period. There are certain truths that stand true no matter who you are, where you are, how you look, what you're doing, what circumstances you're facing in life. There are certain things, there is a certain truth and reality that reigns true no matter what. We see this reality or truth in nature. I always talk about nature and how nature can show us laws and truths and realities of life that remain the same no matter what's happening around it. If you stand rooted and reach for the sun, you will live. That's one truth. If you sow seeds of a certain fruit, it will bear that fruit and multiply. That is the truth. There are cycles and seasons that come with their own aspects, their own challenges, but it always, always results in beautiful growth and fertility and rebirth. These cycles and seasons continue and are infinite, and that is a truth that remains no matter what creed, color, no matter what tax bracket. That is truth. May we learn from the reflections of God that show us truth. May we learn from the trees. May we learn from the animals, the insects, the moon cycles, the sun, the clouds, the roots of the tree. There's so much around us that can teach us if we have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Ashe? And so if you study the sun, if you study the moon, if you study the clouds, if you study the roots of the tree, if you study the bumblebee, if you study the ladybug, then you can get the answers that you seek that oftentimes you cannot get from the books, you cannot get from friends, you cannot get from family, you cannot get from past experience. You can't get it from there. It comes from you expanding your consciousness and accepting the reflections of God that show you truth. So in case you ever wonder, what does Queen mean when she say, let us be reminded of absolute truth? I can't give you a book or a list, but I ask you to just open your mind's eye and look around you. The truth shows itself constantly. Look through your experience. The truth shows itself constantly. Look through your journey. The truth always shows itself constantly. The truth is that which stands, no matter the circumstances, no matter where you find yourself. The truth is what always stands. I ask you to reflect upon the truth. That can be something you do this week. I think that would be a beautiful exercise. Sorry, y'all, I didn't see that my video was off. Hey. Spend this week reflecting upon the truth. Yeah, spend this week reflecting upon truths that you have been blessed to be able to experience and see in your life. I think that's a beautiful challenge for us. I think that's a way that we can be reminded that no matter what's happening in our worlds and our sense consciousness has us seeing and hearing and feeling and all of those different things, there are certain things that just stays as truth, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. Good stuff. So today I would like for our meditations to be focused around grace, to be focused around grace. One of the greatest discoveries of my natural physical existence has been the discovery that I have had in consciousness of the all-prevailing grace that we are provided in our lives. And I often now use grace as interchangeably as God, as the word God, or as divine. It all falls in the same category, but there is this grace. And I wanted to share the etymology, the etymology of the word grace. The etymology of the word grace. Oh, okay, I see why. The etymology of the word grace. I like to look at the etymology of words because it gives you the deeper original meaning of the word. And I like to look at the original meaning of the word because over the years, words take on different meanings. And they take on different meanings because, in my opinion, we have been embedded in so many different distractions. And so the original articulation of the word is farther away from the essence of the word. Okay, it's farther away from the essence of the word because the more time that goes by, the more distractions our society have been subjected to. The more convenience, the less work, the more microwave version, the more shallow things become as we become more and more distracted. Okay, and time in our society has done that. It has brought about things that distract us. Okay, there was a time where there was no social media like it really is, right? There was a time, I'm not sure why this picture is not pulling up. Come on now. Thank you. All right, let me know if you all can see this. Somebody in the chat, let me know if you can see that on your screen. My volume is low, my voice. Let's turn off Bluetooth. Okay, excellent, Alicia. Are you all saying my volume is low? Okay, let's see. I pray that that's a little louder. I try not to be loud. You know, I tend to have a teacher voice where I feel like I'm yelling at y'all. How's my sound now? Okay, clearly and loudly. All right. So etymology of the words gives us more of the original expression, the essence of when this word was expressed, grace. So one of the original expressions of this word that means grace, it's God's unmerited favor, love, or help. God's unmerited favor, love, or help. If you want to understand what unmerited means, look up unmerited or merited. But if I was to give it synonyms or explain it in a simple way, it's the favor that we get from the Creator, from the reality of God that we don't have to work for. We don't have to force. We don't have to try to figure it out. We don't have to conjure it up. It's there. The favor is just there. The love, the acceptance of who we are, all of us, is just there. The allowance of us to just be who we are is just there. And the support that we need, the guidance, the protection, the steering is there. We don't have to do too many fancy rituals. We don't have to do too many things we don't have to figure things out. We don't have to study this and pull that apart and figure that out and apply this formula and conjure this up. It is there. The only work, the only thing, the only effort that we have to take is the allowance of that, the submittal to that, the giving over to that, the acceptance of that grace, of that favor, of that love, of that help. And that does take work. Okay? The favor, the grace does not take the work, but the acceptance of it, the submitting, that is where the work lies. Let us not be confused. Grace is there constantly. God is there constantly. It doesn't go anywhere. The reality of God is law. It's absolute truth. It's infinite. It's eternal. It's everywhere around us if we have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. But the work, our job, the effort we must take is to accept that salvation, accept that grace, accept that favor, accept that reality, submit to it, give over to it, submit to it. Submit to it and then allow it to show itself and reflect itself through our lives. We cannot do that when we worry, when we stress, when we fear, when we attach to situations and things and circumstances, when we attach to people and things, when we have our minds stayed on everything else except the reality of God, or when we're only giving our minds and our attention to the reality of God for 15 minutes out of our 24-hour day. Then it becomes difficult for us to submit, for us to accept. So now the work comes. Now, yes, create your routines and rituals so that you can submit. If you like to do rituals, to do anything spiritually fancy, do it for the sake of submitting to grace, submitting to God, giving it all up and accepting grace. Do the work to renunciate, to deny error thoughts, to affirm life-giving thoughts, to affirm grace. Be loyal to grace. Be loyal to God, truth that has shown throughout your life. We have all been shown it. We have all experienced it. All of us. Doesn't matter how traumatic any parts of your life or phases have been, every single spiritual being having a human experience have experienced grace. Because you have experienced even one time, that was an example of showing you that it is truth. The fact that you see when you submit to something, it becomes, should also show you this truth. If you submit to doubt and fear, you will see it. That is the power of this grace, this favor. It gives you everything that you focus on. It gives you everything you put your attention to. It gives you everything that you emote around. It gives you everything that you put in motion in your mind, in your heart, from your soul. It has no language of good and bad. It just has favor and help. Let us know that we are co-creators in the process of what this grace, what this power creates. Can we submit to that which is good and beautiful of it? When we decide to submit to that, then we will see exactly where we are vibrationally. During this meditation, I'd like for us to give over, submit to grace, God's unmerited favor, love, and help. Reflect upon how it has shown up in your life. Reflect upon how it will look as it shows up in your life around all of the situations and challenges and circumstances and desires and visions and dreams that you have. Submit to the idea of it, of grace. A favor that you don't have to work for. It's just there. A love that you don't have to beg or prove yourself for. The help that you don't have to pay for. You don't have to run around in circles and do fancy rituals for. See it, feel it, remember it. Remember how it has shown up. That is the goal of this meditation this morning. So I want us to go ahead and get into the meditation. Find yourself in a comfortable position or a comfortable space, please. We're going to get into this meditation, balancing and centering our hearts around the understanding and accepting the feeling of the remembrance of grace, God's unmerited love and favor or help in all of our lives. Let's just start off with just connecting with the breath and the body. Make sure you're in a comfortable position where you can focus. Quiet space. Give over to this moment. Start with a few deep cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Beginning to give over to grace. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's do that one more time. Big, deep, deep, deep as you can go. Slow the breath down. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling slowly and completely, giving over to grace, to ease, to flow, to acceptance. Give over to that love, that support. That which supports us, holds us, protects us, guides us, favors us, provides for us. Continue to breathe at your own pace, slowing the breath all the way down. Relaxing the body. Feeling the energy flowing through the body. Allow the breath to flow. Release the thoughts. Nothing to think about. Just be here, present in the moment. Breathing. Slow breaths. Relaxing the body. Releasing all tension. Releasing all stagnant energy with the breath. Slow, intentional, deep breaths in through your nose. And slow, complete exhales. Feel your body release. Feel your body relax. As you continue to breathe, allow your heart to lighten. Feel your chest release and open. Releasing all worry, all concern, all anxiety, fear, sadness, guilt, shame. Allow the breath to do what it does. It cleanses and purifies, opens and releases, rejuvenate and renew. Imagine as you're breathing, all of your cells are getting purified. The blood is purifying. The organs are stretching and releasing. The veins are becoming energized. The joints are becoming oxygenized. Be intentional. Be with the breath. Be in the body. Release the mind and just be. Our very breath is grace. Our ability to release the mind and relax is grace. The heart beating, blood flowing, that's grace. The ability to relax the muscles and intentionally release stagnant energy is grace. Grace is our power. Grace is our strength. Grace is our guidance. Grace is what protects, and it's what provides. And it's with us always. It's reflected through our breath, our blood, our entire body. Accept this grace. Allow it to be just as you are. Submit to it. Give over. Allow it to be used within you, within everything that's a part of your experience. As you accept it, you allow it. And when you allow it, you experience it. And even when the doubt comes, the fear, the anxiety, grace still remains. Let us be reminded of that so that we can more quickly give over to it. As you continue to breathe, reflect upon grace. How does it feel? How has it shown up in your life? What are the aspects of grace? What are other words that can describe it? Just take a moment, giving over to grace. Continue to breathe. As you continue to breathe, allow your mind to accept and reflect upon grace, covering you, covering all of your circumstances, covering all of your responsibilities and challenges. As a man thinketh, so is he. Take a moment just to imagine, just to softly, without attachment, imagine, visualize grace and its covering over your life. Imagine its covering over your children, over your resources, over your health. Just take a moment to imagine its covering. Softly, no attachment. Just reflecting on the image of grace, that which is, that which always have been and always will be with you. Connect with the image of it in your life specifically. Be intentional with this moment. Use your spiritual power to project and activate that grace through the acceptance of it. Project and activate it throughout your life. Cover everything. Remember to breathe and relax and receive. Breathe. Relax and receive this grace. There is no need for all of your personal willed efforts. There is no need for your ego to show up and put its part in it. Just submit and allow it. It is unmerited. The only work or job you have is to submit. As we close, continue to breathe and talk to yourself. Only you know how yourself, that human, carnal-minded, attached to the world, very willful and powerful self. Only you know how that self gets in the way. Just have an easy, lighthearted, loving conversation with yourself. Let yourself know you're safe in grace. Grace is real. It's true. It's eternal. It has been with you all of your life. You can trust it. Look for it, seek it, allow it. When you feel weak or you feel like you're going to fall, relax, breathe, be reminded of the grace. Just continue to breathe and have an intentional, reflective, serious conversation with yourself. A pep talk, if you will, helping the self to relax and receive that grace. Let us take one last deep breath in through your nose. Slow the breath down. Deep, 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 and hold it as long as you're comfortable. Storing up the power, storing up the steadfastness, storing up the knowing. And when you're ready, release it and relax. Coming back into the present moment. Allow yourself to slowly come back. Maybe wiggling your fingers and toes. Holding the energy. Holding that confidence. Ashe. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Oh, amen. Amen, amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen. We want to say Jah Rastafari. All right. Give thanks. Oh my goodness. Give thanks for grace. Give thanks for the moment of quiet, silentness, stillness. Giving our souls the ability to accept and submit and allow grace. Allow grace. How you all feeling? How you all feeling? Post check. You all still with me? Give thanks for the moment. Give thanks for the channel. Give thanks for the influence of spirit for that meditation. Ashe, we give thanks for our ascension, our ability to be able to expand our consciousness towards that reality of God that we call grace. Ashe, we give thanks. We give thanks for that. Oh, how we need it, right? Oh, how we need it in this life and what we go through on our journey. What we flow through prayerfully, what we glow through prayerfully. Just always remember, forgive yourself, okay? In those times where you forget about grace, where you done put grace to the side and you done decided that you are going to just go fully off ego, forgive yourself. It's okay. Remember grace. Grace, because grace is present, even when we are not, quote unquote, worthy, still, because of the very meaning, the very definition of grace, still, we have access to it. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? So as we go through the fire that purifies us and strengthens us, as we go through that fire and overcome these things in our lives, just always remember that it's grace that continues to cover us and continue to provide for us and continue to guide us. And if you are willing to just accept that, if you are willing to just accept that, you will more quickly be able to experience God in such a beautiful way. Ashe. All right, we give thanks. I give thanks for all who tuned in today. Please always try to stay to the very end, because we don't know what spirit has in store for us on the entire session. And I respect you all's time. So I like to allow spirit to move in every moment and not hold you too long. But I also follow spirit, because spirit always have been blessing us during these sessions. Spirit comes strong, okay? We don't hold, I try not to hold you long, but I allow spirit to come strong in this session. And so I wanna close out, I always desire to close out with an affirmation that we can hold with us for the week. And so I am pulling our affirmation or our words of wisdom or words of encouragement or soul food. Honey, this is soul food. This is what we talking about. We want to be fed, you know what I mean? And I want y'all to leave full. I want us all to leave full so we can be filled with soul food, the word of the Creator, the word of God, the word of grace, so that we are not hungry for anything but it. And so we're not out looking because we're hungry or thirsty. We can stay right there in our minds, keeping our minds stayed on God, on grace, on eternity, on abundance, on peace, on love, on divinity, on divine order. Yeah, okay. So I'm pulling again from what I'm finding to be one of my favorite books, The Word of God Expressed Through Muji. And so I said a prayer of intention that may I open the book to the word that is needed for us to carry with us for this week. And this is what presented itself, if you will. It says, that which is effortless alone is natural. It is not trying to be or become anything. It simply is. Is there a recognition of this or not? It is constant. In fact, it does not even know constant. It knows nothing at all. But there is a sense of knowing arising in that which cannot be known. It is referred to as the ultimate knower. Yet it cannot be known, nor does it know anything. To the ignorant, the things of heaven sound strange, like hocus pocus. Ashe. Let me just run that back one more again. That which is effortless alone is natural. It is not trying to be or become anything. It simply is. Is there a recognition of this or not? It is constant. In fact, it does not even know constant. It knows nothing at all. But there is a sense of knowing arising in that which cannot be known. It is referred to as the ultimate knower. Yet it cannot be known, nor does it know anything. To the ignorant, the things of heaven sound strange, like hocus pocus. Ashe. I pray that we continuously know. Ashe. I said Muji got bars. Can I get a rap album, a book of poetry, a book? Come on, Muji, give us some music, give us some, because he got bars. But give thanks for that word. It is constant, and don't even know it's constant because it just is. To even fathom, to have to say it's constant means that there's a possibility of it not being. It just is. Listen. I love it. That which is effortless alone is natural. The tree does not have to make effort. We call it nature. You know why? What's the root of natural? Nature. The art of being. Yes, mama. The art of being. It just is. It just is. Because it's when he talks about the knowing, it is referred to as the ultimate knower, yet it cannot be known, nor does it know anything. There is not these levels of consciousness and over here and over there in thought and the knowing. It just is. Let that be a reminder to us. All that we feel we know, we don't know. We knew, we will know. We want to get to know. Just know that the best thing for us to do is to be and allow our being. And anything that's revealed to us as understandings or understandings, it's the best knowing. The best knowing are those things that are revealed to us as we be, as we release thought, release attachment, release the mind, release the memories and all this. Once we release that and just be, submit, then we are revealed the best, the most sustainable understandings. Ashe. That is a part of the art of being. Thank you so much for joining, y'all. I pray this was edifying to the heart, the soul, the mind. Let me just close out in prayer. May we notice that I am not begging. It is not a necessity for us to beg for anything. Let us just speak it and know that it is so. May we continue to walk with a light heart. May we continue to accept grace, that which is constant, that which is the ultimate knower, that which is the ultimate protector, the ultimate provider, the ultimate guider. May we continue to lightheartedly accept it. May all of those things that are in the way from our mind or from our beliefs or from our attachments, responsibility, may they be dissipated. May they be moved away from the front of our mind's eye. And may our mind's eye be open and our divine ear be cleaned out so that we can hear and see grace and feel grace and be guided by grace. We know that it is so. It's already done. We're claiming it right now. May we walk in grace. I love how it looks, how it feels on all of us. May we walk in it, stand in it, vibrate in it, make our decisions knowing that we are covered in grace. Make our decisions knowing that we are covered in grace. Make our decisions from the guidance of Spirit of God, of grace, and make our decisions knowing that we are covered in grace. May we experience the most beautiful, beautiful week during this time that we have this week. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo, Amen, Amen. So it is. Give thanks, y'all, for joining the call. Hope to see you all on next Sunday. Please spread the word about the meditation. Let them know it's live. Let them know your experience. Speak for yourself. Speak from your own heart. Speak from your own experience. Share the registration link. Please do not share the tune-in link, but do share the registration link where they can get the tune-in link for themselves, and they can use that link every single time. Know that it is not a separate link every Sunday. It is the same link, so you do not have to register over and over and over again. Once you have it, you have it. Ashe, 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 Ashe. So please do share. I would love to see this grow and grow and grow, and we can have more people experience moments of reflection where we're expanding our consciousness towards who we are, right? We're expanding our consciousness towards God, towards grace. So I would love for this to expand. I'm speaking it right now that it will continue to expand. So please do share that registration link. Know that fall equinox is coming up, so I will be having a fall equinox meditation, and some different things that I'll be offering free of charge and open to the community to indulge in as we lead up to this fall equinox. I'm so excited about it. Can't even imagine we're already in the fall, very close to 2022. Like, that is just mind-blowing to me that we're through this year so quickly, but so grateful to be alive. This is a beautiful time to be alive. So grateful for, our growth, so grateful for this age, that we're calling Aquarius, but clearly is an age of ascension, for, a time for us to ascend and transcend the physical plane and get more caught up to meet it in the air, or him in the air. I call it, caught up to meet it in the air, in our minds, in our spirit, in our vibrations. And this is the time for that. And it feels like many are in alignment of it. So we stand to see some beautiful things, experience some beautiful expansion, experience some beautiful prosperity, and balancing out of things that have been needed to be balanced for so many years, right? For so many years. So I give thanks. I give thanks for the seasons changing. We're going to reflect upon how this season changed to fall, what it shows us, what it's telling us to do. We're going to be obedient so we can stay in alignment with God. We can stay in alignment with grace. Let us not forget that nature teaches us. It shows us what we should be doing. Just like the moon cycles, the seasons show us what we should be doing in order to stay in alignment of grace. You can do what you want to do. That's fine. But if you want to stay in alignment with grace and goodness and heaven, if you want to stay in alignment with heaven, then it might, you might want to pay attention. You might want to do something that's intentional. So I do have something coming up for that. And I also have, we also have the fall equinox celebration happening here at Shamba in East Point, Georgia, for those who are in Atlanta. That's on September 25th. That's from 11 to 7, and it's open to the community, yoga, meditation, all those beautiful things. Vendors, food vendors, artisans, vibes, good time, family reunions, spiritual being family reunions, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to be amazing. That's going to be on September 25th. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I give those reminders before I tune out. I will let you all go. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Go buy you some fresh flowers. Go for a walk in the nice weather. Have a talk with a good friend of yours who can help you to laugh or help you to smile, have some good hugs or some great rubs, have you a good meal, slather you on the best quality, body care, and just treat yourself well today. That is what Sunday is all about. Journal, introspect, write about grace, maybe, reflect upon grace and write about it. Yes, this is the time for that. And I hope you're able to spend your Sunday doing the same. All right, y'all. Peace and love. Remember, share, share, share. Peace, y'all.